listen to that original Daimler-Benz engine.
Oh, this one doesn't.
This is the way the landing gear retracts. American aircraft suck up into the belly. These actually go out just about 30 feet. Wingspan 32 feet 7 inches.
Oh, that's not bad.
Maximum speed 640. 398 miles per hour. Has a range of about 500 miles. Climb to over 40,000 feet. So one had two machine guns mounted above the engine. It also had optional 100-millimeter gun pods with 20-millimeter cannons as well. 109 was one of the most successful fighters of World War II on the German side. Actually, any aircraft throughout the war. More than 33,000 were produced. It was flown by many of the top scoring aces, including Eric Hartmann, the highest scoring fighter ace in history. This particular airplane participated in the invasion of Russia. Shot down, which repeated on this pilot got those 3 victories. It was repaired and put back to the surface. The airplane still has its turbochargers, which were part of why the airplane was so powerful during World War II and feared, especially by aerial bomber crews.
We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. And if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or a large part of it was subjugated and starving, then our empire beyond the seas, armed and guarded by the British fleet, would carry on the struggle until, in God's good time, the new world, with all its power and might, steps forth to the rescue and the liberation of the old.
Words of inspiration from Winston Churchill. Of course, the Battle of Britain taking place in 1840. After the fall of France, England was really alone, and it was up to the pilots flying the Hurricanes and the Spitfires to defend the island from the onslaught. Now on the takeoff roll, British Supermarine Spitfire. Fighter, the Corsair, the Spitfire, the Mustang. We'll have a very spirited debate as there are very, very passionate fans of each of those aircraft. The Spitfire's development began in the early 30s. Based on the lessons learned from earlier racing sequence. Prototype designated the Supermarine Yak-3 first flew on March 5th, 19 1936. Now imagine the first flight the Wright brothers got across the English Channel. It gave the Spitfire and Hurricane pilots an opportunity to get their aircraft ready to be able to go up without traveling on great distances. So although they did not have numerical numbers as the Germans did, they had the advantage of not having to fly as far to be able to engage the enemy.
Featuring the outbreak of War II, just
Earlier today, when Jerry Gagan, the founder of the Military Aviation Museum, was talking, I couldn't help but be struck by the fact that Jerry himself, in creating this collection, didn't just collect American aircraft, specifically British aircraft, German aircraft, Russian. He collected them all to tell the collective story of World War II, not only from the American point of view, but from the British point of view and from the rest of the Allies. So many times here in the United States, and I'm as guilty of this as anyone, we tend to think of the United States as winning World War II all by itself. And while the arsenal of democracy helped provide materiality to all of our allies, including France, it really was the combined efforts of all of the allies to get final victory, especially in Europe. About the same size as 109. 30 feet in length, 36-foot wingspan, about 11 feet tall. Climb a little higher than 109 with a 43,000-foot ceiling. A little less range, 430 miles. Maximum speed, 408 miles per hour. And powered by the Rolls-Royce Merlin V12 liquid-cooled engine, using 1,720 horsepower. It's the same engine that you would see on later model P-51 Mustangs.
They'll be coming up in just a little bit.
But those, of course, were built under license by the Packard Motor Company.
In Warren, Ohio.
General Chuck Yeager always liked to point out to airshow announcers, it was the Packard-built Merlin that powered the P-51 Mustang.
Messerschmitt Spitfire. Those are restoration. The Spitfire
The Spitfire's elliptical wing design is one of its most distinctive features. The Spitfire Mark I entered service with the RAF in 1938, just before the outbreak of World War II, in September of 1939. The Spitfire served various roles during World War II, including as an interceptor, reconnaissance aircraft, fighter bomber. Separated the Allied aircraft from German aircraft. Because of the war efforts, the Americans, especially the same thing happened with the Spitfire, because they had the resources to be able to do that, while Germany, their resources were being sort of diverted away from further development.
up, babe? Here it comes, coming in hot. I'm sorry. I'm 109.
The Yak-3 was designed primarily as a frontline fighter to engage German aircraft in dogfights and provide close air support to Soviet ground forces. That pilot is doing right now. Spitfire is broken off. The Yak will take over the attack.
It's gonna be so huge. Down to the small, down to the bed.
Given its lightweight construction and powerful Kilmoff VK-105 engine, its superior speed, climb rate, and maneuverability compared to other aircraft. A little smaller than the 109 and the Spitfire, only about 30 feet long, standing about 7 feet tall, wingspan 30 feet. 34,000 feet for surface ceiling. The Yak was highly respected by both Soviet and German pilots for its exceptional performance. Particularly effective in dogfights, its lightweight, powerful model to outmaneuver many of its contemporaries. And again, with the extensive collection of military aviation history, we're able to tell the story of the Yak-3, something that's not always outlined in American war history. It was a very effective war machine. After World War II, the Yak-3 remained in service with the Soviet Union and several other countries for many years. Designs influenced later Soviet aircraft, and today is remembered as one of the finest fighters of World War II.
That's on the walkie-talkie to where the air boss said. When the pilots communicate.
DC-3 played a crucial role in World War II. Designed by Douglas Aircraft Company, it was one of the most versatile and reliable aircraft of that time, and continues to be a reliable aircraft, pressing on in service today, both in the standard round engine that you just saw take off, and also in what's called the Maslow turbo conversions, the T-67s, the turboprop engines on DC-3, DC-47, stretched the fuselage of the C-47, military version of the DC-3, equipped with a reinforced floor, a large cargo door, and strengthened landing gear to handle rough airfields and heavy loads. like to recognize our pilots who are all volunteers today. Yeah. That you saw in your
charge me to take it offline.
Yak-3 has been cleared. Let's come land, and then we'll have an aerial demonstration from the C-47 show. One of the things that Paramount in Soviet design aircraft is that they land on flying off of unimproved strips, just out of the field. Definitely not as nice as this grass strip here is at the Military Aviation Museum, but they designed the landing field to take some of the rough fields that they might. In just a couple of minutes, we will have our armored vehicle. Spitfire continues to fly top down. As our Spitfire gets ready to land, I know we've recognized the pilots being volunteers, but also the fighter factory helps to maintain these aircraft. If you wanted to, and you had enough time and enough resources, you could put them all in the air if you wanted to. We want to salute all of the volunteers, and especially the maintenance personnel, to keep all these airplanes flying.
Now, military aviation museum down in
Middle of
Virginia
nowhere.
Beach.
Right.
I just about dropped. I watched it, and they did